My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask your pardon for my sins and grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. Today's Gospel speaks of a very particular cure. As Jesus approached Jericho, a blind man was sitting by the roadside begging, and hearing a crowd going by, he inquired what was happening. They told him, "Jesus of Nazareth is passing by." He shouted, "Jesus, Son of David, have pity on me." The people walking in front rebuked him, telling him to be silent, but he kept calling out all the more, "Son of David, have pity on me." Then Jesus stopped and ordered that he be brought to him. And when he had come near, Jesus asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" He replied, "Lord, please let me see." Jesus told him, "Have sight, your faith has saved you." He immediately received his sight and followed him, giving glory to God. When they saw this, all the people gave praise to God. In Luke's account, we receive the name of the blind man, Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus. Can we see this scene in our imagination, the various characters there around Jesus, many witnesses of this scene, many reactions as it unfolds? When I imagine this, what do I bring to this scene? Who would I be there in this scene? Pope Benedict XVI offers us in one of his homilies, the disciples are the first actors on this journey of discovery, but there are also other characters who play an important role, and Bartimaeus is one of them. He is the last miraculous healing that Jesus performs before his passion, and it is no accident that it should be that of a blind person, some whose eyes have lost the light. We know from other texts, too, that the state of blindness has great significance in the Gospels. It represents man who needs God's light, the light of faith, if he is to know reality truly and to walk the path of life. It is essential to acknowledge one's blindness, one's need for this light, otherwise one could remain blind forever. Bartimaeus is presented as a model. He was not blind from birth, but he lost his sight. He represents the man who lost the light and knows it, but has not lost hope. He knows how to seize the opportunity to encounter Jesus, and he entrusts himself to him for healing. Am I that humble in my faith life? Do I know my blindness, my need for more faith? Blaise Pascal says, "In faith, there is enough light for those who want to believe, and enough shadow to blind those who don't." But who am I, Lord? I'm not perhaps one of the estimated 49 million blind persons in today's world, but am I one who sees by faith? Do I do without faith? Where is my heading? Where lies my healing? I think I need to examine myself, Lord. Do I walk through my day as if I didn't need you, as if I didn't have you close to me in my heart, guiding me? Am I walking with human sight alone? Bartimaeus knows he needs a gift. Do I? Going back to the homily of Benedict, he says, "Indeed, when he, Bartimaeus, hears that the Master is passing along the road, he cries out, 'Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me.' And he repeats it even louder. When Jesus calls him and asks him what he wants from him, he replies, 'Master, let me receive my sight.'" Bartimaeus represents man aware of his pain and crying out to the Lord, confident of being healed. His simple and sincere plea is exemplary, and indeed, like that of the publican in the temple, God, be merciful to me, a sinner, it has found its way into the tradition of Christian prayer. In the encounter with Christ, lived with faith, Bartimaeus regains the light he had lost, and with it the fullness of his dignity. He gets back onto his feet and resumes the journey, which from that moment has a guide, Jesus, and a path, the same that Jesus is traveling. The evangelist tells us nothing more about Bartimaeus, but in him he shows us what discipleship is, following Jesus along the way in the light of faith. Lord, help me to see how I am trying to get by in many ways without the sight of faith. Yes, help me to see truly. Is my relationship with you tenuous, thin, distant? Am I managing on my own? As one writer put it, a blind man knows he cannot see, and is glad to be led, though it be by a dog. But he that is blind in his understanding, which is the worst blindness of all, believes he sees as the best, and scorns a guide. I consider the case of a rather remarkable man, clinically blind from age 13, named Eric Wehenmeyer. He lost his sight, but went on to accomplish many incredible things. He was the first and only blind man still to climb Mount Everest, and after that climbed the famous 7 summits, the highest mountain peak on each of the 7 continents. He has kayaked the rapids of the Colorado River and other feats. So is blindness all that bad? I think most people, myself included, would consider it quite a handicap, Lord, if you offered that for me. And even the amazing Eric Wehenmeyer needed a dedicated team and a lot of money to accomplish his feats. Jesus, I am not blind from birth. I haven't lost my sight yet. St. Augustine, in one of his writings, said, Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, had fallen from some position of great prosperity, and was now regarded as an object of the most notorious and the most remarkable wretchedness, because, in addition to being blind, he had also had to sit begging. And this is also the reason, then, why Mark has chosen to mention only the one whose restoration to sight acquired for the miracle of fame, as widespread was the notoriety which the man's misfortune itself had gained. This position of great prosperity makes me think, does Bartimaeus represent for me this fall from such a great treasure, the treasure of my faith? And other people, my friends and family, do they realize the precious treasure of the faith and the possibility or actuality of falling from such a lofty dignity, not financially or in terms of earthly power, but in a Christian sense, that my life may have lost this sound direction, this knowing where I am going, of seeing and living by faith? Have I let my prayer life, my communion, my union with you, Lord, fall away? Have I let my friends drift away by not helping them, encouraging them? On a human level, Eric, the climber, has done a lot with his life in spite of the difficulty of blindness, and is an inspirational speaker. But he had that team, others together. May I see that my success, my recovery of a faith life, will require a team, with you, Jesus, at the heart and target. Who could be my spiritual director? Who could be an advisor? Where could I go for confession? How can I make time to be with others to pray? How could I make and form a team who could bring others, including my friends, along to the sight of faith, to great heights of the interior life? Who could pray with me today? Jesus, give me this sight of faith and help me to see souls and the success of bringing them to this great treasure of the faith, of reclaiming the faith that we have had and can have again. I thank you, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, inspirations that you have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask your help for putting them into effect. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.